All right, so these are the last few practice word problems from today's lesson. So you are creating a flower garden in a triangular shape shown. You purchase edging to go around the flower garden. The edging costs $1.50 per foot. What is the cost of the edging around your length to the nearest whole number? So if you see, we have a giant triangle here. I know that this side is 16, and this whole side all the way down is 48 from corner to corner. So from corner to corner, it is 48. If I wanted to figure out this side and solve for x, because that's what I need to do, I want to know what this side is from here to here. So what I can instantly do is, since it's halfway cut, I can take 48 and cut it in half. So what's half of 48? 24. So I know that each of these little sections right here is 24 feet. From here to here is also 24 feet. So I need to figure out what the cost of the edging is from here to here and here to here. Well, guess what? We can use the Pythagorean theorem to figure that out. I'm going to find this triangle because I know that these two hypotenuses, these C's, are going to be the same. So what I'm going to do is write my Pythagorean theorem. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. I'm going to redraw my triangle just so that way I know what I'm dealing with. So from here to here is 24 feet. From the center straight up is 16 feet. And I don't know what my c or my x is. So now I can easily establish that I'm going to find c. So I'm going to say that this is A, and this is my side B. So my A, we said, was 16 feet squared, plus my B, which we established was 24 feet, squared. And don't forget to square your numbers. Remember, that squared stays with it all the way to the end. And since I didn't do anything to C, I'm going to write C squared. Now I need to figure out what 16 times 16 is. So in order to get full points for your project, you need to make sure that you are doing the long division or long multiplication and writing it out. So I get 256 for each number. I'm going to write them out and solve. So solve what 24 times 24 is. So what you should have got is 576. So 576. And I didn't do anything to my c squared, so I'm just going to bring it straight down. Now I'm going to add 256 and 576 in order to solve all the way down to figure out what c is. So I have 256 and 576. You should have got 832 equals your c squared. Remember, we haven't solved for c yet. Now I have to do the inverse of a squared number because I need to get c by itself. So I need to take the square root. I need to take the square root of both sides. Now remember, we're not dividing 832 by 2. We need to figure out what number times itself is going to give me 832. Well, I know that 20 squared is 400. I know 30 squared is 900, so it's got to be close to 30 squared. So what you're going to do is do trial and error. Do 28 times 28, 27 times 27, 26 times 26, in order to figure out what that is. Yes, you can absolutely use your calculator to help you figure it out, but remember, what you need to do is double check and make sure your math. That's what you can use the calculator for. So for this one, this large number, you can use the calculator. So 832 squared. So I get 28.84. So below, I'm going to write C equals, because these cancel, I need to do it to the nearest whole number, at the end. So I'm going to write 28.84, which this 28 makes it go up, so it's going to be approximately, you're going to draw these squiggly equal sign and say approximately 29 feet. Okay, so that's my first part. I figured out that this is approximately 29. Each of these two sides is approximately 29. So what we're going to do now is, it says, we're still not done though, it says, how much is the cost of the edging? The edging around it is going to be $1.50 per foot. So what I need to do is take each of these numbers and multiply it, the 29, the 29, and the 48, and multiply it by 1.50, because per square foot, I need to know how long my fencing is going to be. Okay, sorry, the edging. So I'm going to take 48 and multiply it by 1.50. Okay, so figure out what 48 times 1.50 is. So if I multiplied 150 times 48, it's going to be $72. So far, I have 72 plus, now I need to take 150 and multiply it by 29. Figure out what that one is. So you should have got $43.50. So that's for one of my sides. So I'm going to do plus 43.50. And since these sides are the same, I'm going to add another 43.50. And remember, the reason why we're doing this is because we need to figure out what's the cost of the edging. So if I add those all together, I get, and add 43.50 and 43.50 to get $47 and $72. Now I can add those two together perfectly. So it's going to cost me $119 for the edging. Okay, some of your questions might have two parts. The first part is always going to be to figure out what the missing side is. It could be A, it could be C, it could be D, but you need to figure out what the missing side is first. Then, sometimes it'll be a second question. What is the cost of the edging? So meaning all the way around here, what is the cost of all of the edging? And you would figure out that it's $1.50 a foot, multiply it by each side of my triangle for the edging, and get a total. So this is what you're going to be graded on, doing the Pythagorean theorem in order to solve for the missing side. And whatever the second question is, it could be something about like how far does the baseball pitcher throw, or how long is the tree side of my extension. It could be anything. Sometimes there's a second question, but you're going to get points on doing the Pythagorean theorem in solving what the second question is. Okay? So, write it down, pause the video, and get ready for the next video for the next examples.